So you're probably saying, Don, what's the big deal? We've got plenty of water. You said we're the water planet. 70% of the Earth's surface is covered by water. Why worry? We've got plenty of water to use. Not so fast, Aqua Breath. Let's say that this 5-gallon bucket represents all the water on our planet Earth. This is all of the oceans, glaciers, ice caps, freshwater lakes, rivers, groundwater, and even water in the atmosphere. How much of it do you think we actually use? Well, we can't use the ocean water because it's full of salt. That alone represents 97% of the water in this bucket. And the glaciers and ice caps at the poles aren't usable. Vapor water in the atmosphere doesn't do us any good either. That leaves groundwater and fresh surface water. That's it. Compared to all the water available on the planet, this is all we have to shower, drink, and make fruit punch. Where do we get that water?
For many of us, the aquifers underground are our source of water. In order to tap this resource, a pipe is put down into the earth until it reaches an aquifer. This is called a well. A pump is used to draw the water out of the ground. The water we get this way is called, you guessed it, well water. In many cases, because the earth is such a super filter, we can pump it up and use it right away.
Some of us use what's called city water. That means water is pumped to your house from some physical plant. It's an amazing process. It uses many of the ideas nature already thought of. The plant gets its water from groundwater or from surface water.
They bring the water into the plant and make it usable. The water is continually monitored to make sure it's safe. When the water comes to the plant, a very tiny amount of chemicals is added to kill off any critters that might be harmful to us. We know that there are all kinds of things floating around in surface water. A chemical is added to the water to help all the floaties, as I like to call them, clump together. The water is then sent to sedimentation basins where it sits still. The clumps of floaties slowly fall to the bottom, just like the sedimentation process that occurs naturally in lakes. The sediment is removed and the water moves on. The water is again treated with small amounts of chemicals for safety.
Next, the water is filtered. This is just another situation where scientists use lessons learned from nature on how to purify water. Remember how water purifies itself as it seeps through the ground? In this plant, huge filters do the final purification.
Here's what the filters are made of. Look familiar? It looks just like what you might find if you dug a big hole in the ground. The filters are specially designed to work fast, but it's basically the same thing. That's the final step. The process is complete and the surface water is now safe to drink. The water is pumped to storage facilities where it awaits use by people and industry.